Hi, I'm Dr. Todd Lizon from Lifestyle Integration. We've put together a 3-part video series on how to make nutritional balancing as simple and effective as possible so that you can have the success that you are looking for when it comes to your health and well-being. This is part 3 in the video series that will put the whole big picture together for you and get you moving forward in a simple, effective way. A number of years ago, when I was in my chiropractic practice, I had a patient come in, and he came in and he gave me a DVD full of literally hundreds of textbooks, dozens and dozens of MP3s, and he said, "Here, have a look at this and let me know what you think." And he's going on about things like copper excess and methylation and all these other sorts of things, and I'm thinking, what is this guy talking about? But I kind of smiled and nodded and said, well, I'll see what I can do. And he came back in the next time, and I'll be honest, I hadn't looked at it. And I said, look, I will try and do something the next time. And I did mean it, because I was commuting at the time. I had time in the car. So I started listening to a bunch of the MP3s, and they were Dr. Larry Wilson speaking about nutritional balancing. That's how I got involved in nutritional balancing. And one of the things that I learned really, really quickly is that there was a lot of information. It was really complicated. However, because of my background as a chiropractor and a health practitioner, I was able to absorb it all in, take it all in, and put it together. And the point of the story is that you don't need to do that. As a person who's looking to go on a nutritional balancing program, learn from the experience of others. You don't have to understand every single interaction that's going on. Far too many nutritional balancing practitioners that I've been spoken to and sort of learned from and been around, they make this complicated. They want you understanding when this happens and then this happens, and they make it really complicated when it doesn't need to be. Yes, some people want to learn more, but at the end of the day, for you to get well, it's the action steps that you need to take. What do you need to do? And that's why we put together this 3-part video series that we're wrapping up with this diagram that you see here. In a nutshell, nutritional balancing can be made very simple. In the middle of the diagram, you can see the stress that we've spoken about in the previous videos. It's your physical stress, your emotional, mental stress, and your chemical stress. You have a job. Reduce and eliminate what you can. Very, very simple. Get rid of the stress that you can. Now, we can't get rid of all stress. So, for example, let's say we've got kids that have gotten into a little bit of trouble. You're not just going to disown those kids. You're going to help work through it, and that stress will be there for a while. But get rid of what you can, reduce as much as possible. That's your first step. That's your first job. It's not that complicated in theory. You just need to put it in practice. And maybe you'll have to come up with a long-term plan for some of these things. But it's still a plan, and it's still going step by step, which is how we try to explain nutritional balancing and help people work with it. Once you've done that, because you have to do that, once you've done that, you can see the outer circle that surrounds or contains the stress is essentially a summary of the nutritional balancing program, the things you need to do. It's not so complicated when you look at it in the diagram form. You've got things like having to deal with lifestyle factors, sleep, water, deep breathing, all kinds of things, and we explain it in more detail on a nutritional balancing program, but you need to deal with your lifestyle factors. You need to deal with your diet, but don't get so pedantic about your diet that you do nothing. Focus on getting vegetables, focus on getting good quality proteins, focus on real foods. Reduce your sugars, make it simple. Don't overcomplicate it. There are lots to learn, but do your best to keep it simple, and that's how we try to work with people, is to make it simple, work with where you are, and gradually get you where we want to be. Then there's other factors that we can look at through here, from correct supplements and detoxification. The outer green circle is explaining what you need to do on a nutritional balancing program. So we put together this 3-part video series because I want you as a viewer to know that you can do this. If you're on a program, if you're not on a program, deal with someone who has experience with this sort of thing and can coach you. They've got the health experience as a trained health professional to understand what's going on and be able to say, yes, you need to do this, no, you don't need to do this, and keep you focused. Keep it simple is the overriding principle that we work with, and we've had massive success with people for well over 7 years that I've been doing nutritional balancing work. And we can work with you no matter where in the world you are. It doesn't matter. With the internet and the way things are these days, we work with people all over the world, and it turns out that a lot of the time we're less expensive than a lot of other people because the Australian dollar is not worth as much as the US dollar a lot of the time. So please comment below. Please email us at info@lifestyleintegration.com.au for more information. Keep it simple. That's the message I wanted to share. Until next time, keep well. Don't forget to subscribe.